And today, hey, it's Saturday. Woo! 7 whole days since I've seen y'all last week. 7 whole days. And I'm glad to see you today. That's the remix. Hey, great big world out there. How y'all doing today? Woo! It's Saturday. I hope that everyone has had a phenomenal week. Like, I hope your week was just so overly spectacular. And guess what? If it wasn't, you had some highs, you had some lows. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Feel your feelings. They're real. And they're your feelings. So feel them. However, we don't want to get stagnant. We don't want to get stuck. Now we can go back and visit if we choose, but we don't want to stay there, right? We want to keep going. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, it was David Ruffin on the movie The Temptations, and he said, "Keep on trucking, baby." Yeah, so we want to keep on moving, to say the least. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, y'all. Guess what? Like, we are in quarter 2 of 2026, and I know 95% of Americans are so excited because of this spring weather and nice hot weather that's coming. And I just can't wait till November get here. Like, I'm over it already. I am excited. We had some cool days, got some rain, got a chance to look out the window and talk to the rain. Had some fun with that. So, I'm counting my little moments that I'm having. So as you know, I like to kick off the show with fun facts. Woo! Like, I'm having the time of my life with these fun facts. Like, I like to share the knowledge, but it's also just a little bit extra that I feel like I can learn and I can pass on, because you never know. What if you're in that random conversation? What if you're in the elevator and this is a conversation and you can just be a part of it, because they wouldn't be expecting you to say anything, because, like, it's so random. Why would you know this, right? So today, our fun facts is about, guess what? April Fool's Day. Why not? It's the month of April. We're 4 days into April, and that's the first day of the month. So why not talk about how April Fool's Day originated, right? Like, and this is something that I've always wanted to know, because I always got played tricks on. Everybody would fool me, because I would be the one that'll be so gullible to believe it or do it. And yeah, I always got the short end of the stick on that one. So let's talk about April Fool's Day. So it originated in 1582, and it was adopted in France, and it was on their Gregorian calendar. And so what that means is that their New Year's celebration was moved from late March, which was going into the 1st of April, and it was then moved till January 1 under the Edict of Ruslan, which was the King Charles IV, and he signed off on it. Now, how they started saying Fool's Day is because the communication was very, very slow between people with dates, how they celebrated the new year. Was it going to go into effect January 1, or were they still going to celebrate it late March, early April 1st? So these people, because they were not on board, they were mocked to the society, right? So they had tricks played on them, and they were called the April Fools, because it was no longer being celebrated in April, their new year. It was being celebrated now in January. Now, it was believed that this festival was a merit, and it was intended to celebrate not just the new year, but spring. And when we talk about spring, that's already unpredictable weather. So because the weather is unpredictable, they call it Fool's People. And when I thought about that, I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense. The weather changed, people changing, and now we're mocking them, so they're the fool. Got it. Understood it. And so now we talk about the vernal equinox. And so what that is on April 1st, actually falls closely after the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere. Now, the time of the year has historically been associated with unexpected changes in weather, right? And sometimes they call it foolishness of the weather, and they also call it tricks of the weather. So, therefore, it's impacted, and now it's called April Fools. Now, in France, it was a prank that they played on each other, and it was with a paper fish. And the tradition was known as poison diavre. And it was a fish, and it was symbolizing how gullible one was when it came to certain mocks and pranks. And that's how April Fool's Day originated. And I was just like, wow, just to see some of the statues, just to see some of the stones and like the history that was behind this in 1582, like, man, it was just so amazing. I was so taken back by just the art in it and just the meaning itself. So that just goes to show you, how much history is out there. So I'm gonna jump into these announcements. As y'all know, it's a lot going on. So much is going on, and I love to keep everybody informed. The more you know, the better, right? So let's kick off with our announcements. Extensions are being accepted by the Internal Revenue Service. They are still being accepted. Form 4868. If you are a corporation and you have not sent in your Form 7004, please send that in. If you are a taxpayer, which is on Form 4868, and you have taxes that need to be paid, the extension does not cover the actual taxes that's being paid. It covers the actual work that needs to be submitted. So it starts off at a 5% penalty and goes up to a 25% penalty for each amount that is late. So please, if you are not making those payments with those extensions, please make sure you calculate that percentage between 5 and 25% of that. If you're unaware of how to do so, please set that appointment with your accountant or your tax preparer so they can get you in compliance. Now, excluding today, people, we have 11 days before the filing season is come to a halt. And what I mean by that, some of us don't stop April 15th. A lot of us keep going. We don't stop ever because it's always something to do in the financial arena. But we have 11 days before tax returns are completed or extensions are sent in. Also, please have your IRS ID Me account open and active. That account is going to be so important to you. And last, but certainly not least, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just can't believe it. I'm so excited. Like, I have literally, Lord, let me see it, Sunday, April 12th, which is 8 days away from today, will be a total of 52 weeks I have done Let's Talk Finance podcast. 52 weeks. And what started out for good went bad. And to come back around and to see good come out of it just for self gain and self knowledge. And just because if I leave today, I can't take this information with me. So why not share it? So I'm just super excited to be celebrating our 1 year anniversary for Let's Talk Finance podcast on the 12th. I'm telling y'all, everybody needs to join in. When I say it's going to be like the Grammys, well, we ain't got those prizes yet, but it don't matter. Just, we going to pretend like we all the way up. Hey, we all the way up. Yes, tell everybody to tell everybody, and then tell them to tell everybody. Just tune in. We're going to have some special promotions. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have our guests come back and just have a playback with our guests. Like, we got people tuning in from all over. Like, man, just the support and the love. 52 weeks, 365 days, y'all. I'm telling you, this is something to celebrate. So I encourage everyone to be in attendance. And if you can't stay for the whole show, just come by, share your love, share your thoughts, share your opinions. We want to talk about it at the round table. You know, we just want to express our love and our gratitude. So I definitely would not miss that show, especially if there's going to be some promotions and giveaways that's going to be given. Wonder what that is. I don't know about y'all, but if something say giveaway, that mean free. That mean I'm going to be there, because I ain't never had a problem with free 99. Never. We've always been cool. Now, we get into the next favorite part of my show. Hey, which is birthdays. Hey. So we want to say happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating their birthday this month in April. Please do it in decency and do it in order. Please, please, please. And again, don't forget, who like birthday cake? Me. Buttercream icing? Me. Yes. So don't forget to give me a piece. I need it. I can eat it right now. Yes. Don't forget me. Okay. Now. Okay. We got some special birthdays on the shout out. Ooh. I know I'm going to get in trouble for this one. But actually today, yes, April 4th, is none other than my pastor. And I call him Elder Cool Pastor Reverend Porter, baby. So happy birthday to you. I know he gonna get me for that. I know he is. I love it. But happy birthday, Reverend Porter. Turn up. I'll be looking for 2 slices of birthday cake. 2, not 1, but 2. And those 2 slices should equal like a third of the cake. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay, no problem. Now, come Tuesday, is that Tuesday? Yes, come Tuesday is my brother's birthday. Pookie! Now, see, Pookie don't want no birthday cake. And that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. No problem. So, whoever decides to get my brother a cake, just call me and I'll give you the address where to send it to, or I can just come meet you for it. No problem. No problem. And then we have a special birthday, another one, April 9th. Now, this lady is so special to me. I met her maybe about 5 months ago. Actually, just the conversation. No, it's actually been a year. I'm sorry. Met her in July. And like her creativity, you see the content that's being posted, you see the reels that's being made. Y'all know the difference when it's me and somebody else. Because when I had to post those 2 weeks that she wasn't here, it felt like 2 months. I got phone calls like, Shavonna, what's going on? You need some help over there? You done fell asleep. But anyway, it's my girl Cha, all the way from the Philippines, is celebrating her birthday. Cha, I need some lumpia and some ponzu. I don't care if I know how to make it. I need you to send it to me. I need it. So happy birthday to you, coming up on the 9th. You all, I want you to celebrate in decency and in order. Celebrate and love on yourselves. No matter what you've been through in that 1 year, just take time to celebrate yourself. Celebrate you. And also, before I forget, please love, like, share the content. Again, hit that share button. It takes 2 seconds. Pretend like it's gossip if you want to, just to share it. You just never know who needs the content and who needs to hear a word, especially about their finances. If you have not done so, please subscribe to their YouTube channel. It's just so much information out there. It's so much. Want to take time to stop and say hello to everybody that's on the live. Got Miss Angel tuning in from Angel's Tax Services. Whoop, whoop. Hey, my sister's here, y'all. My sister is here. Hey, Vanita. That's my sister, y'all. I love my sister. Now, she gonna say that she ain't no kin to me, but I don't want y'all to believe that, okay? Because we still battling in the courts with that. I think the judge had told both of us don't show up at his courtroom no more because we sisters. And to anybody else that's tuning in, if I did not call your name, man, just thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming by. Don't forget to tune in next week. Oh, while I'm talking about that. So, yes, next week's show, Saturday, will air. We will air on the 11th. However, the show's anniversary is going to air Sunday, April 12th. Mark your calendars for Sunday, April 12th. I will be making announcements. Now, some say, but the show is on Saturday. You're right. The show is on a Saturday. However, the show's birthday is April 12th. So we're not going to celebrate it the day before. We're going to celebrate it the day of. That's the birthday, and it falls on a Sunday. I do realize that some people spend time with their families, after church, or that's just a day of reset, relaxation. I'm just asking that you tune in, share some feedback, show some love. And if not, on your way to work, in the shower, whatever you're doing, tune in and just listen the following day. So, yes, the show will air on the 11th, but that anniversary show, that epic, did I say epic show, is going to be held on Sunday, April the 12th. Yes, April the 12th, birthday. And if anybody wants to send birthday cake for the show, I can give you the address to send it to. Okay, but everybody, thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Finance podcast. And if you're new here, welcome to the family. I love just adding people to the family. Have a big family. Yeah, I just really like a really big family. Here on Let's Talk Finance podcast, here's where we break down all your finances with clarity. We break down your finance with faith, with empowerment. And we do that because it's more to your numbers than just the number that you see. It's more to it than just the money that hits your account. And if you've been paying attention to any podcast, I've given you the fundamentals and the blueprints behind the money scenes before it hits your bank account. And that's what we're going to continue to do here. So we want to make sure that you're confident and that your alignment is aligned with your financial purpose. So let me ask you a question. And I want everybody to just, if you will, if you don't comment now, just share your comment with me about this question, right? So what if I told you that your money may be hiding in places you haven't looked in months? And with your money hiding in these particular places, it's slipping through all the cracks while your focus is somewhere else. Does anybody ever feel like that about their finances? Like, I got all this money, it's hiding in certain places, but those certain places that it's hiding, it's leaving. And like, I can't focus on that right now because my mind is somewhere else, but I'll come back to that. Let me just make sure I got enough to do what I have to do with what I have to do with right now. Does anybody feel like that? Oh, thank you, Miss Angel. She said congratulations. Yes. So now I ask you that because I want people to understand, just like your home and your car needs a reset. You want to do spring cleaning. You want to shop around and do improvements. Your finances also needs that reset. And believe it or not, your finances, when it's in a clutter zone, it tightens your systems and your strategies, and your focus is just so unclear. So I don't know about y'all, and I can only tell you about me. And that's another reason I love my show, because I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't fake nothing. I tell you real life experiences. And I can't tell you about nobody experiencing money but Shavonna's. And that's what I do. I keep it 100 because I don't want to see nobody go through what I went through. And if the information was given to me then, there is no way I would have went through what I went through. But I'm glad I went through what I went through, because it's a story and I can help somebody, and it's also a testimony. So listen, your money, when it's disorganized, your growth becomes delayed and everything is disorientated. It's like you lose control. You shift in other atmospheres. Now I don't know about you, but I've been there. Like if I only got $3 in my pocket, I'm disorientated because I knew I was supposed to have 10. Where's my other $7 at? And I'm not gonna rest until I find it. So today's show is about um, talking about cleaning up your money, reclaiming your power when it comes to your money, and how do you stay ahead of the game for quarter 2? Because guess what? The 1st of April, which was Wednesday, made it quarter 2. So we done already left 3 months out of this year. We in number 4. So let's let go of that financial clutter. And how do we do that? Let's tune in. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta stop. I got a celebrity online. Miss Imani Abernathy. Oh my God. She got all the beauty products. Oh yes. Yes, she does. Y'all, this lady sell lip gloss that has a flashlight on it. Oh my God. Love her. Love her. She's in the building. Has an awesome voice. Just in the building to be. Yes. Yeah. And we got Chai. Oh, Chai's here. Baby, you know you important when you got people from the Philippines tuning in. And it is 3:36 here right now, which means it is 5:36 p.m. in the Philippines. No, a.m. Yes. Right, Chai? A.m. Yes. You know you important, baby. You are somebody. So thank y'all for tuning in. So let's talk about clearing this financial clutter, right? Now, when I say clearing your financial clutter, I mean what is really going on with your money. Do you ever ask yourself that, like, what is going on with this money? Because it seems like when I filed my taxes, they tell me how much money I made. But in reality, I don't see that money. Where's that money at? Is it leaving? Is somebody stealing my money? Like what's going on? So before we can even answer that question, we must understand that awareness plus financial decluttering equals like your accounts, your record keeping, and your spending. If you don't have those under control, everything is going to be clutter. It's going to feel like everything is claustrophobic. So, how do we untie that? We untie that when we align our opportunities and let go unnecessary loss. Shavana, what do you mean? Let me break it down to you. So, many people have multiple unused accounts. And what do I mean by unused accounts? Subscriptions, auto drafts, a lot of that stuff. Prime example, let's talk about me. I have a gym membership. Been had the membership since 2018. I can count how many times I've been to the gym. Won't let it go. Can't tell you why, because in my mind, I'm going. I just don't know when. Or I don't have the time to go because the way my work schedule is. But I'm going because I know if I let that go, I'm going to have to pay the regular price that everybody else is paying. And I was grandfathered in at a low price. I was grandfathered in at $9.99 a month. So now if I let it go and come back, now I'm going to be paying $32.99 a month. So it's best if I just stay there because that's just $9.99 versus that $32.99. So this is just me. Can't tell you about nobody but me. Now, what about those subscriptions that you have? Like I had a subscription with Black Expressions because I love hardcover books. It took me a while to let that subscription go because I was able to order all the books that I wanted to order. But because I hadn't ordered in a length of time, I noticed that I had given away $167 for a subscription that I was not using. And so sometimes we have to sit and reflect on just the small things or things that we just forget about. Like, what about that extra storage space we pay Google every month, $199? Or what about the Apple Music storage that we pay that's $299 a month? Like, are we really using it? Do we really need it? And that's just how you analyze your accounts. You got to remember that clutter isn't just the physical. It's beyond the physical. It's It's financial leakage, and that's how it's withering away, because it's out of sight, out of mind, and because it's so small, you're not looking at the amount that it's coming out every month. But if you add that amount up over a whole year, or however you're billed, whether it's annually or every 2 years, that amount adds up. Now, you also have to remember that reviewing your statements, you can spot certain things that don't have to necessarily happen. Again, we have gotten so accustomed to having access to online banking. We just log into our accounts and we look at our balance. We still don't go through our actual bank statements. We don't reconcile. So now if we've forgotten about an ACH that is supposed to come out, or a transfer that is supposed to be made, and now we're sitting up here in the negative, now we're mad and we want to call and we want to get these fees reversed. However, where is our accountability? What were we doing? Do we know where our finances is at? And this is that leakage. And that's because we got so complacent with what's been left at our hands. And believe it or not, my friends talk about me every day. Shavonna, you are just so old school. Girl, go online and look. No, I'm not. I'm going to the bank. Somebody give me a check. I'm taking it to the bank. I'm not taking a video picture of nothing and sending nothing. I'm taking it to the bank and I want a receipt. I go through my bank statements. If something is off by a penny, I'm making a phone call, because I need to know everything has to be accounted for. So here's something I want you to ask yourself when you're doing your self-checks. And these are your financial self-checks. And it's important because we don't think that finances have a big part of our life, when in all actuality, it does have a big part of our life. Depending on how you use it and structure it is up to you. So ask yourself this when you're doing your audit. If you checked your bank statements right now, would they surprise you? If you went through just 3 months of your bank statements, would it surprise you? Would you be like, wait, I don't remember doing that? Or would you look at your spouse, baby, do you remember when I did this or that? Or would you be like, I did that for real? What was I thinking? Would you be totally surprised? And also, when you're doing your self-check, look at what are you paying for that no longer serves your life or your business. Like, I had to let go of that book subscription. I had to let it go. It wasn't serving no purpose. It was just taking my money. I was signed up for a catalog, knowing that I couldn't tell you the last time I was going to order anything from them. And that catalog signed up just to get other offers. That was like a $6 a month fee. Like, I had to let that go. And sometimes it's hard to let things go, especially when we've gotten so accustomed to it. And now we're figuring out how to just get these $2 and $3 in this account, because if we don't have that money in the account, we're going to get hit with a negative fee. And that negative fee is between $37 and $43, depending on who you bank with. So is that really serving your purpose? Is it really helping you financially? Water break. Yeah, I got to do water bottle too. Ooh, I got to do water bottle. And it's purple. So once you start asking yourself, when you're doing your financial clutterness, when you're decluttering all of this, you will start to see a pathway. Now that we cleared the surface, right? Let us go a little bit deeper. What happens when you're asked to prove your numbers? What do you mean, Shavonna? Who's going to ask me to prove that? Nobody asked me to prove my numbers. No, let's talk about it. So say, for instance, you want to go buy a home. Say, for instance, you want to buy a piece of land or a piece of property. Say, for instance, you want to go way bigger than that. You want to potentially invest. They're going to ask you for your tax return, and they're going to ask you for your bank statements, and they're going to ask you for a set of financials. Trust me, they're going to have a forensic accountant, someone like me, to come in and look over all that. That's what I mean by proving your numbers. You can tell me all day long you make 100,000, but where's the proof? I need to see the proof. Proof is in the pudding. So let's talk about it. These numbers is not just your check stub, right? It's not just having direct deposit and saying, oh, I got direct deposit every 2 weeks. No, nope, let's go deeper. You have to get organized, because when you get organized, you have now built a system that protects you. And it's no other way to be than to be protected. What's the old cliche? If you stay ready, you don't have to worry about getting ready. Don't ever get caught with your pants down if you don't have to. It's not necessary. What do you mean? Let's talk about your tax documents. How many people, and let's talk to my live listeners, give me a yellow heart. How many of you all have a folder created on either your laptop, your desktop, or your email that's titled tax returns? So if you ever need a tax return, you can go to that folder or the desktop and pull it, versus trying to send over a request to your tax preparer and say how urgently you need it because you need it right now. How many people have access to that tax return? Just for last year, tax year 2024. Somebody dropped me a heart. I know if Anointed Accounting clients is on here, they better be the main one dropping hearts, because they have been told to create files and folders. And we in a digital world, and everybody loves being digital. I know Anointed Accounting people got them folders on there. I knew DJ Construction was going to have it. I knew he was. Gotta love him. And if you don't have it, this is not to put you on blast. Get ready. Because if you see something right now that you want, and they need these documents, you supposed to be ready. You are definitely supposed, because they will ask you for it. They will have the nicest conversation and then come back and ask you for all your business. And the turnaround time that they're going to give you is 24 to 72 hours. And if they tell you they're going to give you longer, I promise you they lying to you, because you're calling your accountant, because we're not moving fast enough to get you the documents again that you've already gotten, that you should already have saved somewhere. And again, this is not to put you on blast. It's just getting you ready. When you're doing your audit self-checks and your checklist, is your stuff organized financially? Meaning, if there is disorientation, that's going to cost you more money. Say, for instance, you're a business and you need everything put together in 5 days. You don't got that type of time. Now you got to hire somebody else to come in, somebody like me, and put all that stuff together. And it's not necessary when, in fact, it should have been done from the get-go. Then we talk about your credibility. How good is your credibility with producing information? Is it on time? How's your record set? And what about your peace of mind? You need to have a peace of mind when it comes to your finances. Listen, people, hear me out. And I'm telling you about Shavana. I ain't telling you about nobody else but Shavana. At some point, this hustling that we doing is considered working backwards. We on this hamster wheel, because we doing the same thing and we getting the same results. And it's not necessary. We're in between financial blessings because we're not allowing our money to grow. And it starts by just being organized and being in control of your money and having some type of peace. And we won't even take the time to do that. Why? Because the first thing we'll say is, oh, that costs too much. We're not going to do that. That costs too much. I ain't got the money for that. But when I see you and I'm out in the street, you buying a $300 dinner. Or you just left the Pelly store. I know you done gave them $800 or more. But you can't find that same energy to put into your finances because that's too much. No, people, we got to stop. We got to get control of it. Because what is the old cliche? You got to spend money to make money. period. Now, here's what you do to get in order. And I don't care if you're a small business owner, a big business owner, your owner, money is money across the board. So I'm talking to everybody. Get you a binder and call it a financial binder. I'm telling you, my staff talked about me. I knew where everything was at, far as the stuff for my company binder. What I didn't know and didn't have, my project manager was on point with it. She sent it to me. I got my company binder together in almost 17 hours. I was not going to stop until I got it together. I got my playbook manual together, everything, because I'm quick to tell people, if the federal or state entity walk in on me, I need to be ready. I have been in too many situations where documents have been needed and the people ask for them and look at me like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me you ready? You got this? Absolutely. I'm a paper pusher. Now you ask me for it digitally. Yeah, that's not going to work. But you want the paper copies? I got you. No problem. I'll give you 1,800 sheets of paper at one time. And I know where everything is. But I'm not a digital person. That's not to say nothing is wrong with it. I'm just used to my methods. They work for me. You have to do what's best for you. Organize your stuff. What do I mean by organize? Organize it by your income records. Is it a W-2? Is it a 1099? Is it a side job? What is it that you're doing? Organize it so you can know. Again, people, it is okay to be nosy about you and your social security number or EIN number. It's yours. If we can be nosy about what's being posted on social media, if we could be nosy about what the neighbor across the street doing, if we could be nosy about what our cousin, baby daddy, sister, uncle doing, then we can take that same energy and put it into our finances, period, point blank. It is what it is. We have to make that time. Then we have to categorize our receipts. And guess what? If you don't want to take the time to do that, there's somebody out here in the world that will do it for you. There's 10 million people in the Chicagoland area. Somebody gonna need an accountant, and a trusted one / tax preparer. But guess what? Y'all want the work, but don't want to pay for it. And then at the end, it's too much. But where's your accountability at? So this is why I'm giving you the blueprint to do it yourself. I'm telling you what to do. It's free information. Do it. And again, if it's too much for you, if it's too overwhelming, that's when you get with your preparer and your accountant. Because believe you me, when you bring them all this stuff and you tell them that you want to get organized, y'all make our life so much more lighter, because we know what we're about to be up against. And we know that because we're organized, we're going to get you organized. It's on point. As a matter of fact, if Mr. DJ's Construction is on here, I'm going to mess with DJ's Construction. He and I had a conversation about 2 years ago, and he told me, Miss Shavonna, I don't know about having my stuff early in there like that, but, I'm going to try it one year. Just because, you said try it, and we tried it 1 year just to get all his documents in before any other messages or emails or phone calls went out. And he called me and he was like, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything okay? Do I need anything? You fine. You gave me everything I need. We talked about it. We had several meets. We went over everything. All I got to do is push send. He was like, so I don't got to do nothing? You good. I said, how that feel? He was like, oh, man, I feel good. I said, now go treat yourself for that. So if you're still on the line, Mr. Underwood, drop me another heart, because we appreciate that. We appreciate it. If y'all don't want the load on y'all, give us the load. Do understand that it's going to come at a cost that's going to be beneficial to you and your finances, whether business or personal. And people, if you have not stopped doing it already, please, you have to separate your business funds from your personal funds. No commingling funds. Remember, if you're going for any piece of anything, any type of asset, anything you're going for, you are never, ever invited to the round table, square or rectangle table. What they ask you for is your documents. Your documents speak loud for you. They tell a story. They are your spokesperson. Imagine your documents being at the round table discussion and you get denied for something as small as a loan because your documents are not in order. I've been there, trust me. I can tell you the story. They need everything in order. If they can't read it and understand it, how do you expect the next person to do it? It's not impossible, but why create that chaos when it's not necessary? Create a folder. Again, we're in this digital world. Everybody is doing things digitally and on the cloud. If that works for you, by all means, please do so. But for me, that doesn't work at all. I need stuff on paper. Now, when I need digital copies of something, I'll contact my business project manager. Hey, listen, this is what I need. Can you get it to me? Sure, no problem. Before I even said, could you get it to me? It's in my email. But she's a digital person. I'm not. My content creator, I can call her and say, hey, child, I need so-and-so, and 3.4 seconds is in the email or ready to go up. And it was like, well, wait, I just finished the darn question. But they asked me for something. Give me about a day. I'll get it to you because I got to go through all my papers. But I know where it's at, though. Don't judge me. Label everything. Put it by date. Put it by category so you will know. The analogy that I like to use is coupon. How people used to sit and coupon. And this is the detergent, and this is the paper goods, and this is the dairy, and this is the dry food. Put all your expenses up like that. Pretend like you're couponing all over again. Now, let's talk. I'm gonna ask this question to anybody that's listening. Miss Angel, I see you still on here, so that's good. Help me out with this one. And you know, we've been through this. Miss Angel is one of my good business partners that I work with, and not just through tax season, but year round and just in general. Let's say you are randomly selected for a giveaway, right? And in order for them to give you this $10,000 prize in this giveaway, your documents have to be organized. If someone came up to you right now, whether personal or business, are you ready to say, let me sit down and collect my $10,000 because I know I'm ready? Who's ready? I know I am. I got everything right here on my little cabinet. I'm waiting on somebody to come knock on the door. Waiting. But that's just me. So ask yourself that question. And if you're not ready, you just gave away $10,000 when you could get ready. Can you confidently, with confidence, explain your numbers without scrambling to somebody? If they're asking you about your finances, can you explain it? Can you break it down? Can you make it make sense? So if I've never seen your documents, when I get your documents, what you told me in a paragraph, I can see everything. And if you can't, then it's time to readjust what it is that you're doing. It's time to readjust. And just think about it. Like me, I'm a small business. So if the federal government surprisingly walked up and said, hey, guess what? Today's the day. I'm here to do your audit. Okay, well, I didn't get no notice about it. Well, unfortunately, they went out. Sorry you didn't get it. We still have to continue with the audit. No problem. Come on. My first question is, do you like tea or coffee? Or would you like some water? No, I'm good. Okay, well, come on. Let's go to the office. I'll set you up right here. Here's everything you need. Whatever you're missing, I can get it for you in about 5 to 7 minutes. Make that 6 to 8, depending on what you need. Because if I have to get it digitally, I'm going to go where I know it's stored digitally. But if I can give you all paper, let's sit down and talk about it. Because I'm ready. Are you? And that'd be my question to them. Are you ready for me? Because I'm ready for you. That's the question. And that's confidence. And once you build that, even if I'm not ready, I'm going to fake it till I make it. Do you hear me? I'm going to make them think that I bet not ever knock on this person though again, because they gave it to me and they was ready. We have to treat our finances like that. So we done did 2 things. We done cleared the surface. Now we done got our finances and our receipts in order and categorized. Now we have to get our mindset in the right place, because if our mindset is not in the right place, that whole purpose that we got planned and jotted down is going to keep repeating the same cycle over, because we haven't put our mindset to where it needs to be. We just got stuff on paper and we got what we want to happen. Remember 3 shows I talked about, these ideas are great, but if there's no timeline and no purpose behind it, it isn't going to mean anything. So you can't just say, oh, I want to make $80,000 in 2 days. Oh, I want to do this. No. What is the time frame behind it? What are you doing to get there? How have you aligned yourself? What is your mindset looking like? So that's what we have to think about. Now, I guess you're saying, okay, Shavana, you saying all this, but how do we do that? You making it sound like it's so easy. Well, guess what? It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. You see all this gray hair? It's not easy. It's not. But if you're willing to do it, you're going to put your best foot forth, and through the pain, through the heartache, through the sweat, through the tears, through the joy, through the laughter, you're going to get it done, because you make time for what and who was important to you. And if your finances are just as that important to you, you're going to make time to get your mindset refocused and do what's supposed to be done. And what is that? Let's talk about it. Now, let's go back to cleaning your finances, right? Let's go back to, you don't like a nasty house. You don't like a nasty car. That just don't sit well with you. Well, guess what? You don't like when your finances are like that either. So if your mindset is, you know, you need bleach and pine sol to clean up, your mindset should be, I'm going to take this hour and sit and go through my bank statement. I'm going to sit and reconcile. I'm going to sit and ask questions. I'm going to go back and review receipts. I'm going to see if everything lines up, because you want to know. Your mindset has to be there. It has to be in alignment with what you are doing, because again, you on this hamster wheel and you're doing the same thing and the same result is coming out, and we got to stop that. So what do? It's something called financial cluttering. And we get into that space because it comes from emotional spending. Oh, I'm in my feelings today, so I'm going to go spend this money. Because you in your feelings. Girl, go sit down somewhere and read a book. And you got to have those people around you that will tell you this, and that'll be stern where you're weak. And it's okay to have that in your business and personally. I talked about that a month ago. Have that one person or that 2 persons that you can go to that's going to say, look, I know how you feel. I get it. But guess what? Man, you can't do that. That's just dumb. Why would you do that? And you know, I hate for them to tell me, Siobhan, you so smart, but you so stupid. How you got a degree and still stupid? Oh, I hate for them to tell me that. But that gets me back to putting my mind set where it needs to be. So I can't do the emotional spending. Then we got that fear-based spending, the decisions. I just talked about that earlier. I don't want to let this subscription go, because in my mind I'm going back and it's only $9.99. Because now when I go back, I'm thinking about the bigger picture. It's going to be $32.99. Why pay $32.99 and I'm paying $9.99? Why pay anything at all when you're not using it? See, that makes so much sense, don't it? So you need that person, that good person, bad person over here. You need that to help you. Then avoidance. You feel like, okay, I don't make no money. The same thing go in there. The same bill's going to come out. I know what's there. Stop that, people. Stop that. Look at them accounts every day. I don't care if you got $1 to negative 13.47. Look at them accounts every day. Because what happens if you surprisingly have $10 million? What happens if you're surprisingly $10 million short? Like, we got to get into the habit of looking at our information. And, you know, I can laugh about it now. I used to talk about my mom so bad because Every week she'll be sitting at that table. Girl, I call you back. I'm balancing my checkbook. I'm looking at my bank statements. And I can remember a time she would tell me, your brother told me to go online here and look at something. I'm not finna look at that. I'm finna look right here. And that made so much sense now. Because then it was a joke. But I understood what it meant. And even now today when I work with my seniors, I love to see them pull out their checkbook because they go right to that balance portion and balance that book. And then they say, well, I got to set aside this time to go through my bank statements to make sure all my entries matches up with the bank, because if it don't, there's a problem somewhere. Banking is nothing but data entry. Data entry, you're making mistakes. We're human. People make mistakes, yo. Be nosy about you and your finances. Know where every dollar is. To if you make no dollars to $100 to $1,000 to $1 million, I want to know where everything at. Period. Then it comes to overspending. We feel stressful versus trying to build money to make wealth. I want to do a million things for Let's Talk Finance, and it sounds so good. It sounds so perfectly right now, but it's not time. So I got to take baby steps. Do I want to take baby steps? Absolutely not. But I got to look at the bigger half, because if I take baby steps and follow my own advice that I'm giving everybody, then I'm going to see the bigger reward versus if I go out there and spend emotionally and I know I done got it, then I'm going to be sitting here looking like, yep, that's your fault, fam. So turn around and kick your own self in the behind with your size, you know what. That part. Yeah. Now, what we have to do is we have to try to reframe. And when we reframe, we're shifting how we think. And what does that mean? We're not being intentional. We're not being so reactive to be non-intentional. We're being intentional because we're watching how we react to certain situations when it comes to our finances. Now, ask yourself, with me doing this, do I have a purpose? Do I see my purpose? Am I aligning myself and my finances with my purpose? My benefits. What are my benefits out of this? Think about it as, man, like I really want, it's this Tiffany purse, y'all, that I really, really want. Oh my God, that purse is like $3,200 and I really, really want it. And if I was a millionaire, I would actually go and get it, but I'm not. So every chance I get a little something, I put a little something away. I don't care how big or small it is, because at the end game, whether it's a year to 2 to 3 years, I'm going to have that purse. And I can tell my story. Y'all, look, it took me 6 years to save for this purse, but I saved. And it paid off. And guess what? I still had a little extra because it was on sale and I had some coupons. It was now went from 3,800 to now 1,200. So now I got a little bit extra left over. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to go put it in the bank, or I'm going to go invest, because now I'm looking at the bigger picture. That's what we have to look at. Now, I may treat myself, instead of me going to get a sandwich from off the block in the hood that's really good off the grill with the grilled onions, I may go sit down and treat myself to, I don't know, Federales, where the good tacos are downtown, or I may go to Prima Provision, wherever. That'll just be a treat for me. Every dollar should have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So listen, while you are resetting your mindset, you have to ask yourselves these questions. And then as you ask yourself these questions, you have to make those decisions, like, what financial habits are you holding on to that's out of comfort and not growth? I just gave you one for me. I'm holding on to this bank. This gym, I ain't let it go. I have not, and it's for comfort. It's definitely ain't I'm growing wider. Definitely ain't smaller, wider. However, I'm holding on to it because it's comfort and I know it's there when it should be let go. Like I let go Black Expressions. It was a CD membership I had. I got 2 cases of CDs. I don't even got a CD player no more. But I had to let that go, and I was holding on to it for comfort because I love music. Gotta let that go. Now, also ask yourself, when you're spending, is your spending aligned with the assets and the goals that you set, or is it out of your feelings? Like, look, if I go spend this 1,500, this is an asset. Not only is it an asset, but now I could depreciate it. Now it has a life expectancy of this. This can help with my taxable income. Or is it, I'm so mad, I don't know what to do. Better go spend this money and do something nice, because why not? I earned it. So let me take some time and acknowledge some of my questions. Hey, my big brother, I just said your birthday coming. I love you too. Hey, Joy. Let's see. I haven't let go of one or two bank accounts, and we're holding on to that for that comfort. If it's not bringing you growth, if it's not helping you in no way, let it go. Or that other account that you're holding on to, turn it into maybe name it I want to be rich account. So you're going to put a little bit in there every time you get it. And then after a year, you're going to go see how much you accumulated. And now you're going to challenge yourself. Let me see if I can double that the next year. Let me challenge myself. I was putting $3 in there a month. Now let me see if I can put $6 in there and see what I can do. And make it fun and exciting. Now you could put away money for your children and your children's children. Make that generational wealth. Maybe you have a legacy and something you want to do that you want to build, but you need that capital. Here is where you can start, where you can keep that other account, because now you're using it for growth and something that it can do for you versus just holding on to it for the level of comfort. We have to be able to know when to let go. And lastly, we got to refresh and refocus. Quarter one is gone, and we are in quarter two. Quarter one set the tone, meaning we have to be honest about everything. Quarter two, we want to see success just based off the honesty that we was presented with. When we get to quarter three, we are not progressing to the next stage and the next stage. When we hit quarter four, we need to be saying what's coming next, because we need to be ready. So here is what I say, people. I'm telling you, here's your blueprint. I'm giving it to you in raw form, not just based off research, but personal experience, personal knowledge. I can give you a line of people who could say, yes, I've been through this. I'm not ashamed to talk about this, because this is what grew me. This is what shaped and helped me. It's time for us to get on board about what really matters to us. And so once we do that, here's going to be what we can take away from it. This is what made me money. This is what drained my money. This is what slowed my money down. And so when you figure that out and you know where you want to be, it's going to be so easy to let go a lot of things that's not needed. And that's with everybody. That's with outdated software or software that you don't use, subscriptions, inefficient processes that's not helping. I'm constantly talking to my business project manager. Look, I don't think this working. And sometimes she'll be like, you know what? You're right, Shavonna. Let's try to adjust. Or she'll be like, Shavonna, it's just been 2 days. Come on now, let it work. but look, I want to evolve. And sometimes I get in the habit of, it's not happening when I need it to happen. I need it to happen now. And she's told me, hey, it ain't time yet, fam. Or look, just do it. And if it all falls through the cracks, don't say I didn't warn you. Ooh, I hate when she tell me that. Sometimes you hate when the truth is presented to you, but sometimes that bold truth will help you in the decisions that you make. And that's how you become more prosperous in what it is that you're doing. Now, always remember to review. Look at whatever you did in quarter one. Review. Then after you review, you remove anything that's not serving you any value or purpose. And then you refocus. You reinvest your mindset on decluttering everything when it comes to your finances. So look, as we come to a close, I want to first thank everybody for tuning in. Some of my people, if y'all came in late, I advise y'all to go back and relook at the show. It's some awesome information on here. More so things just to make you think about your finances, right? I want you to remember that, spring cleaning is not just about getting rid of things. And that's what a lot of people do when the spring comes, right? It's about making space for what actually matters. And that can mean an array of things, whether it's family, friends, your job, your career, money, all of that comes with spring cleaning. And again, when your finances are not clear, your decisions are not clear. They're all over the place because you're running here and there trying to figure out how to do this, or how to stop this. You're at a standstill and you don't know where to go because it's so confusing around you. You want to be able to have a clear vision. You want to be able to see things clearly. What's that song? Joy, who sing it? I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. And why she put it in there? Because I know she know. So when your vision is clear, you become more intentional and things are not just done accidentally. People, in doing this process, and it's not going to happen overnight, you got to give yourself some grace. Allow yourself some room to say, okay, listen, I did it. I made the mistake. I'm sorry. And this is you talking to you. Now, when you know better, you do better. And how do you do that? You start by subscribing to the YouTube channel, looking at all the videos, joining in on our lives that we do here every Saturday, reaching out to your accountant, your preparer, having these conversations that should be had often and not just tax time. Okay? I am on all social media platforms under Anointed Accounting, ANOINTED, My website is www.ANOINTEDACCOUNTING. Our telephone number is 312-837-7219. I'm your girl, Shavonna. Thank you for tuning in. Please do not forget to love, like, share, and comment on this information. If you are new here to Let's Talk Finance and you share the content, screenshot it. Whenever you come to Anointed Accounting, you will get 15% off your services. If you are a returning customer to Anointed Accounting and you share this content, screenshot it. Send that to me so I can mark 10% off of whatever service you're getting for 2026. Until next time, my people on here, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank y'all for tuning in because I don't know no other place you should be on a Saturday than with me. I will see y'all next week. I love y'all. Peace.